For whoever joined today, this is our GIT session day 2. We were going through the version control system. If anyone missed yesterday's class, you have the recording available. You can go through the recording and also get back to me with any questions you have. So today we'll be starting with the next concepts in Git, like Git diff and all. Before we move on, any questions from anyone from yesterday's class? All right. So let's begin. Let me give an overview of last class. Yesterday we were talking about, I believe you all can see the screen. So yesterday
Yes.
we were talking about these things, right? Version control systems, types of version control system, architecture. These are the things covered in the last class. Version control systems, types, their architecture, and Git architecture, and the basic Git commands, Git init, Git status, Git add, Git commit, Git log. These are the commands we have seen, and these are the concepts we have got an understanding yesterday. Today we'll get into this part, right? We'll start from Git diff and we'll get started from here. Git diff, Git rm, and so on. So let us proceed. Yeah. First, let me check the Git status, what's happening on here, and it will show like it's all clean. Let's do one thing. I'm going to create a new file. Okay, here you can click on this new file and create, or else you can use any editor of your choice. So I added. So when I do Git status, what would be the message of this? Can anyone? What would it show when I do Git status at this point of time?
It's not stored or something.
It's
not linked.
files.
It will show as untracked file. It's a new
Untracked, yeah.
file, so it will show like untracked file means it's a new file, and Git will ask us to add this. So Git add file. Okay, so now again, if you see the status, so this is how it is. Changes to be committed, and it will show you like this. So now untracked file, what you will do for this? What you need to do?
Commit.
Git add.
Add.
We already did add, right? So it will
Okay.
ask us to commit the changes, right? Now the changes are in the staging area, correct? So git commit minus AM, let's say third file or whatever. Some message, commit message, done. So it shows at the back end also you can see earlier it was showing like a green, but now it shows it is all done. Okay, fine. Now what I want is I just want to make some modifications on this file. I added a line. Can you tell me where is the second line? Is it in the working directory, staging area, local report? The changes, the modification I'm asking. The modification
Working area.
line
Working
to
directory.
Working
direct.
means unstaged changes, correct? Is it unstaged change or untracked change? Yesterday we discussed about the differences between unstaged and untracked. So it's a
Unstaged.
Unstage.
unstaged change,
Unstaged.
unstaged change, right? So it's an unstaged change. Here you will see M flag. If you keep the cursor, you can also see this is another advantage of using VS Code as an editor. Visual Studio Code editor. It will show you here. It's modified. Okay. So at this point, if I do status, it will show me like unstaged, not staged. So if you want to see unstaged changes of the file, you have a command called git diff file name, git diff file name. See, it will show you unstaged changes, like this is unstaged change, right? So this is the command to check unstaged changes. Okay, fine, I want to stage them. How to stage them?
Git commit. Git add, sorry.
Git add.
So now, is it having any staged changes or unstaged changes?
Stage.
So what would be the command now? What would be status command showing us now? changes to be committed, right? So it's having only staged changes now. So if you want to see again unstaged changes of this file, because it doesn't have unstaged changes, see, it's not showing any output, right? But
Yes.
this file is having staged changes, correct? Come on. Yes or not? It's having staged changes. To see the staged
Yes.
changes, git diff staged flag. That will show you staged changes of this file. Are we good? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I would like to add one more thing here. Another modification. Now can you tell me, is this file having unstaged change or not?
Yes.
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 Unstaged change. See,
Yes.
when you see with the git diff, you can see unstaged change. It is also having certain changes stage. Do you see that? Do you notice that? Right? It is having some
Yes.
changes stage, some changes unstaged. Simple logic. I made 2 lines staged it. I made another line, it's not staged, the third line. So obviously the file is having some changes unstaged, some changes staged. And this is how you see the staged and unstaged changes of a file. And at this point, if you do status, okay, you will see like this. Changes to be committed.
దాంట్లో
Means
box
your-
లేచేవా?
Yes, tell me. Some of you are asking something.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn off the mic. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, so git status changes to be committed, right? Changes to be committed means in the staging area. Changes not staged means in the working directory, correct? Because some of them were staged, some of them were unstaged. At that point, same file could be shown under both working directory and staging area. You shouldn't get confused. This could be the reason. Got the use case clear, everyone? Is the scenario clear?
Yes.
Right? Simple logic. If you understand the logic, it's very simple. So now, let's say I want to commit, add and commit everything. So git commit. I can do -a and m because it's not a new file. It's not an untracked. It's unstaged. So then what I can do, file modified, right? Done. Now, if you see the status, it's good and right. That's how you can use diff command. Diff command can be used in many other ways. We'll discuss them later. This is one of the way, like you can check the staged and unstaged changes of the file. Everyone good with the scenario? This could be in an interview, tricky interview question as well. Like, is it possible for the same file to be under both staging area and working directory? Quite possible, and this could be the scenario. Everyone clear with this?
Yes, Preethi.
Yes.
All right, good. So, this is about a diff commands. And let's suppose, like I already mentioned, always you should remember Git works with respect to changes. Change means creating a file. It could be deleting a file. It could be modifying a file. It could be anything, right? Till now, we have seen creating a file. We have seen modifying a file. Let's see deleting a file, right? Suppose now all the files are in the local repository. Let's say I want to delete from the local repository because I later realized this is not related to the project or this is not required. So how we can do git file, git rm file1.txt. Okay, or else file any file. Let's say I'm just using file. Okay, now see, you don't see the file here at all. You don't see the file here. And also, if you see, changes to be committed. Correct? Yeah. Means any change should be committed. It could be deletion, it could be creation, whatever it is. Git works with respect to changes. It doesn't make any difference to Git whether you are creating or deleting. It's a change. So changes should be committed. They are in the staging area. So how do you commit? Similar to what we did till now. Some message deleted the file, something like this. Okay. Now if you do ls, see, you don't have this file in the working directory as well as git ls files. Gone. File 2 is no more. Right? That's how you can delete a file. Let's suppose there is a use case. I want to delete a file. Okay. But I just want to keep the file in the working directory, but remove it from local repository. Means I want to keep it in this folder, but I don't want to keep it in a local repository because let's say it's some document or it's some notes which I have taken for my project. I want to keep it in my directory, but I don't want to keep it in the local repository. Right? So how do you do that? Git rm cached, let's say file 3. See, file 3 is still here. But do you see U means if you keep the cursor untracked, means it's like a new file. It's no more in the local repository. Do you see git ls files? It's not listed. Whereas in the folder it is there, but it's not added to the local repository. Got the difference between RM and RM cache? RM will delete that file both from working directory and the local repository, but RM cache will delete the file only from the local repository. It will be still present in the working directory. Okay.
Okay.
And also, if you do the status now, see it's like you made some change, you need to commit. Okay, I'll commit. Git commit -am deleted from only from local repo. Okay, something like this. Now, if you do status, see, it's not talking about this one, changes committed, but why are we seeing this message again? What does it mean? Yes.
It's an untracked file because it's in the working directory.
Yeah, it's like a new
Oh,
file,
yes.
right? Again, it's like a new file. If it is a new file for the first time, it will show you, right? That way it's showing because it's not there in the local repository and the staging area. Okay. But we discussed like, let's say this file 3 is some project document, some documentation. I don't want to Git to track this. This is for my personal purpose, for my understanding. I need this file, but I don't want Git to track this file. Is it possible for Git to track certain files? I mean, is it possible to tell Git not to track certain files? See, this particular folder, Git demo, is a local repository. It's a working directory. Means whatever present in this folder will be tracked by Git. If you see hidden files, it has got .git. Means, yes, there's a local repository or working directory. And whatever present in this folder will be version controlled by Git. But I may have some personal documentation notes which need not be version controlled by Git. So can I tell Git not to version control, not to track certain files, some specific files? You got
Yes.
the scenario, everyone understood the scenario. How I'll tell you, but have you got the scenario?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone, please be active,
Yes.
respond. You got the use case, right? So there could be
Ye-
scenarios like this, like that might be a documentation or it might be a log file, right? Log files might be generated. Those need not be version controlled. Or else there might be some executables which need not be version controlled. Correct? So how do you tell Git not to track some files? That's where comes a concept called .gitignore, a very useful and important concept in real time. Here I am talking about you may ignore, you may exclude log files or executables, some documentations from version controlling, right? It is possible through .gitignore. Here create another file called .gitignore, another hidden file. Okay. In this file, you should put the file names which you don't need to version control. Like file 3 should not be version control. Maybe tomorrow there might be 10 log files. All the files with the .log extension should not be version controlled. You may use wild characters like star means all. Any file with the extension .log should be version control. You can do this way. Am I making sense?
Yes.
But anyway, I have only this file for now. Save it. See, as long as I added the name into this file and saved it, do you see it was grayed out?
Yes.
Also, now if you do status, see, it's no more talking about file 3, it has ignored it. But it was sure talking about git ignore, because git ignore is also another file. 1 second, please.
I tried.
So yeah, dot git ignore is after all another file. Like you tracked any other file, like you followed any other file. It is also untracked. You have to add it. Please keep muted, everyone. If you are not talking to me, please keep muted. So add this file. Again, check the status. See changes to be committed. What I'll do, git commit -a ignore file edit. Sorry. Message flag is mandatory. Done. Here at the back end, you can see everything is all and its status, right? Good. So this is what .git ignore does. Any files, if you want to tell Git not to version control, if you want certain files to get excluded from version controlling, .git ignore comes in. Some of the use cases, like I told you, log files, executables, or your documentation, all of this can be ignored. And we will also use this practically. See, we are learning Git, right? Maybe in 2 more days, we may be completing Git, but we'll be using it throughout the course to manage our Terraform projects, to manage our Kubernetes files. We'll be using Git throughout, and I'll show you practical use case of .git ignore. If you look into Terraform projects, there will be something called state files, which will have sensitive data, confidential data, like the details of your infrastructure. Those should not be version controlled. Again, we will put them in the .git ignore file. We will see that practically. Here I am showing you with some sample files. We will also see all these scenarios with the real files once we get into our project. Right, that's one of the use case for Terraform. We'll use git ignore to ignore state files in Terraform. What are state files and all, we will learn. Another use case in Ansible also. Ansible also will have some files where you have sensitive data like passwords. Even those will be added in .git ignore. They need not be version controlled. So log files, executables, files with sensitive data, confidential data, all of them will not be version controlled. So we'll place them in .git ignore. Hope you got clarity on it.
Yes, yes.
So dot git ignore is like we're gonna create one more file and then we'll keep other files in it.
In this file only, we will add, just like I have shown you, star.log to ignore all log files, or else to ignore all state files. They'll have some, we'll add all of them in the same .git ignore. Whatever
Okay.
you added in this file will be ignored. Hope your question is answered.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Right. So, yeah, this is how .git ignore can be helpful. And till now, we have made bunch of commits, right? To see the history of the commits, what is the command?
Git history. Git history.
Git log will show you the commit history, right? To see the brief log, 1-line command, right? See, you have made some bunch of commits. What if you want to undo any particular commit? What is meant by undo?
Getting it back.
Yeah, what is the dictionary meaning of undo?
Restore
Reversing
the
the thing.
content.
Revert back.
Restore.
Reversing, right? Like, let's say you created a file. What is meant by undo? What it will do? delete it, right? Let's suppose you deleted a file. Undo means it will be back, correct? So this is the general meaning of undo. Similarly, you can undo any particular commit ID. Means if you undo any particular commit ID, whatever changes happen will be reversed. Means let's suppose take a commit ID A. See, I'm taking it A because I can't refer this entire ID. I'm considering it as A. Don't get confused. Some commit ID called A. Okay, in this commit ID, let's suppose I created a file. Okay, you have done undo, means revert. It's called revert in Git. Whenever you revert, another new commit ID will be generated and reverse happens. So it's deleted. Good. So any commit ID can be reverted. Again, I may revert this B, which will generate another new commit ID called C, but file will be created back. Correct? Means it is at the same stage as A. If you revert twice, that's what happened, right? Simple logic. Clear with this logic?
Yes.
And
Yes.
understand that whenever you revert, a new commit ID will be generated. Like it is similar to commit command. This undo is called revert. Okay, revert is also like a commit command. It will generate a new commit ID each time. Let's see to revert. Let's suppose I want to revert this particular commit ID. Okay, so what is the command? Git revert that particular commit ID. Okay, so git revert this particular commit ID. Means in this commit ID, what happened? Ignore file is added. When I revert, what happens? What happens when we revert?
Git will be ignored. Git ignores that command, I guess.
Git ignore file will be gone, right? Let's see. Run this command. See, it will ask you revert message. Do you remember you provide commit message? Similarly, it provides revert message, and this is a bash environment, right? You are running Git commands in a bash environment. So it opens this VI editor. Just escape I, hit escape I. At the bottom, you will see insert mode. Now you can type, I'm removing this and adding some commit message like reverting ignore file. Okay, I'm modifying this message. Escape I only you can modify. Escape I, it goes into insert mode. Now we want to save this message. Again, escape. See, insert mode is gone. Now, colon, WQ, exclamatory. That will save this and close this editor. Okay, this is how you save this message. A little practice on this VI editor will help you. We will learn this separately in Linux sessions. Just understand escape I, it will help you to edit. Just escape, then colon WQ exclamatory will help you save your message. Done. Okay, first see the log. I told you, right, whenever you revert, a new ID is generated. Is it generated or not? See here, earlier we have only this one. But now, yes, correct? Till this part clear? And also whatever message you have seen. And then, see at the back, ignore file is gone and file 3 is tracked. Why? Why is file 3 being tracked again?
This is in
There is
working
some
directory,
working
untracked
directory.
file.
Because see, ignore file is gone. In ignore file, I kept this file name so that it could be excluded from version controlling. But ignore file itself is gone, so Git is again tracking this file. Right?
Yes.
Am I clear for all of you, each and every participant? I'm questioning everyone. Good? Are we good? Clear?
Yes.
Right? So because we removed that ignore file, again that file 3 is being tracked. Okay, all right. Let's say I want to revert this again. Right? This DB9, I want to revert this again. Okay, how do you do that? Git revert. Commit. Oh, okay, it's not copied. Let me copy this. See, again, it will open an editor like this. Escape, what you should do? How do you edit? Escape I. You go into insert mode. At the bottom, it will show you. Now you put your message of your choice. Let's say reverting ignore file. Again, something like this. And how do you save it? Again, escape, colon, WQ,
WQ exclamatory.
done. Now, if you see this, first let's see the log. See, I told you, right? Each revert will generate another ID, but file 3 is no more tracked. Why? See, file 3 is no more tracked because ignore file is back. Right? This is A, this is B, this is C, but C is equivalent to at the same state as A. The logic I have explained some time back. Okay, this is what is revert. Revert will help you undo the changes in that particular commit. And whenever you revert, another new ID will be generated because you can revert this revert again. Right? Revert this revert in the sense you revert the new commit again. Whatever you call it. Clear?
How do I keep track of all the changes? Like I've got some 10 commits, let's say, right? And is it based on the messaging, a message, or how?
You can see,
Or
like
let's
I
say that
told you, here you can give a proper meaningful message so that you know what this message is doing. Or else if you want to see any particular commit, what this is doing, git show that commit ID. So that you can see what all changes happened in that commit. In this commit, all these lines were removed or something like that. That's why you will see the author who made the changes, timestamp, message, everything.
got it.
Okay. And yeah, Git is too vast. Okay. Whatever we are learning here we are learning from basics till advanced, and this will help you clear any interview questions on Git and also help you work in the projects. Okay, that's the agenda of the topics added here. But still, there are like it is too vast. Every command will have multiple flags, meaning suppose if you want to see, it's not that you should by heart or learn them. Git log help. If you run this help command, git log help. Okay. So if you run git log help, it will open the manual page, man page, and here you can see the description, syntax, and if you just scroll down using your like arrows, if you browse through, see you can see so many flags here. Follow, no decorate, decorate reference, clear decorations. You could see all of them here, right? See, it's not that you should by heart all these flags, learn all these flags. No one knows all these flags, but you should know this is the way. Let's suppose you want to see the log only within a specific date. See start date, end date. Do you see that? Something like that. So you can use these flags to customize it. That's how every command you can open the manual page and refer this way. Okay.
How we want to search like that, right?
Yeah, like git log, see one flag I'm using is git log one line. One line is a flag, right? Similarly, on this log, there could be so many options you can use. Like if you want to see log of a particular before previous dates or a log of only one person comment. So you can, if you want to do any customization or any specific log, you can use this help command. It will show you so many other flags, like one line, you have so many other options. Understood? See, these are all options like follow, no decorate. Decorate means you want to see the log with some, see decoration if it matches any patterns, something like that. Source, if you want to see refer name of the command line, full diff for log size, how much of log size, how, see, include a line number, log size number. You want to see particular number of logs only. So you have so many things, explanation is there. What I mean is you don't need to learn all these options. You can use this help command to use it as per your requirement. See commit numbers, if you want to see limit the number of commits to the output. Let's suppose you want to check only maximum 5 commits, kind of. You can work on them and use it or skip some number of commits. or since date, after date, since as a filter, like different.
Can we use one of them if possible
You
so
can
that we
use
can?
any of them. Like I have used one line, you have all these different flags to customize. Here the point is just for your exploring, you can explore them and use it. You need not learn it, but you can do lot many things with those git commands. Not only log, for everything you have it.
Okay.
You will quit, not only for log command, for any command, you have lot of flags. This is how you can do git commit help. Okay, see, you see the description, what are the flags you have, even description is so long and all the options, right? M is, we are using M, which is mandatory option. Some are mandatory. So this is the what we were using. Okay. So T, yes, no, we don't use them at all, very rarely, but in case if you want, this is how you have to search. We'll use amend flag. Amend is to modify something like this, right? 1 second, git log one line. Okay, so this is the message. Git commit amend flag. What it will do, see, it will help you edit the commit message of the topmost commit. Latest commit. See, saving it. Latest commit means this one, right? The latest one. So this amend command, amend flag will help you edit this message, edit this commit message of the latest commit. Now, if you see the log, do you see it got edited? You may change it completely. For your reference, I just added here like this. Understood? Amend flag. Like this, you have so many options. You can explore and use it as per the requirement. So that's about the help on each command. You can explore different options. Any questions in this part?
No, good.
And also, I'll show you log. If you want to check the log of only a particular file, that is also possible. Like, let's say I want to check the log of this. Git log, see, file name. It will show you log of only file one. Commits only on the file one. Right? That is also possible. You can pass the dates, you can pass the number, many things you can. Right? And till now we have discussed about ignoring, reverting. Then let us look into another interesting part. So you have bunch of commits, maybe some 10 commits or so. And out of this, let's say I just want to, and one more thing here, you are seeing the latest commit here. Your commits are arranged in this order, right? Let's suppose I realized I don't want the commits which happened from a week, or else the latest 3 commits I don't want. Successive 3 commits I don't want. I don't want in the sense, I don't want any changes happen in these 3 commits, as well as I don't want to keep them in the commit history also, because there is no point of maintaining the history as such, right? I don't want to maintain this history because these changes are not required. I just want to discard them from this commit history also. Is it possible? This happens very rarely when I'm very sure that whatever changes I made during the last 1 week are not at all required, then I may go for it. Right? That's where comes something called git reset hard. And if I discard these three will be gone and this will be the topmost commit, right? This would be the latest commit in the log history. Always there is something called pointers in Git. Head is a pointer in Git. Okay, head is one such pointer. This all you see here, right? Here, head will be always pointing to the topmost latest commit in the commit history. So head is pointing here actually. Right? Head is pointing to this commit. But if I discard these 3, head will be pointing to this because this becomes the topmost or the latest commit. So Whenever you do reset, that's the name reset. You are resetting the head. Head will be pointing to this. So the command would be git reset hard, the commit ID, which would become the topmost one. So anything above this, all the successive 3 commits will be discarded. Right? Let me show you. Let's run this. Okay. All the changes happened during those commits would be discarded, and you can see this became the topmost commit. Head is pointing to this. Correct? This is one way to do reset. Another way is, again, let's say I want to reset. I don't want these 2 commits. What you have to do, you have to give this commit ID, or else another way is head tilde 2. Head tilde 2 means it will discard successive latest 2 commits. This is another approach. You may put the commit ID whichever becomes the topmost, or else this is another way. Is it good and clear?
Yes.
Let's
Is
suppose
it, you mean, is it latest commits?
successive commits only. Yes, topmost
Oh.
latest successive commits can be discarded by this. And also, like, I want only 2 commits. I don't want top 3 commits. See, finally, we are at this place, right? The previous state in my local repository. This is how reset works. Reset and revert. What is the difference between them? Have you got an analysis on their differences? What is the difference between reset and revert?
Reset is, yeah, reset is something like undoing the changes. Sorry, revert is undoing the changes, and reset is like pointing the headers to what is a pointer to the latest commit.
Yeah, it will also undo. It will also undo, as well as it will wipe off from the log history, commit history, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and also reset will not generate a new commit ID. No. Every revert will generate a new commit ID so that you can revert that and get the changes back. But that's not the case with reset. Reset, if you discard something, you cannot get them back, cannot be recovered. Gone or gone forever. Whereas these changes can be recovered because you can revert that again and you can get the changes back. Correct? And also reset is for successive commit IDs. But this is any random commit ID can be reverted. If you see the command closely, you can understand this. Here, you reset, this is the command, git reset hard some commit ID, commit ID which becomes the topmost one. Here, git revert any commit ID, not the successive ones, right? That particular commit ID will be reverted. Here, all the successive commit IDs till this point will be reverted, right? So this is the difference between revert and reset. Reset is a very powerful and destructive command. This is called as a destructive command because changes gone are gone forever. They're wiped off from the log history, as well as changes are undo. Changes were reversed. You can't get them back. So it's a powerful and it's called as a destructive command. So if you want to undo at any point, which one you should use, reset or revert?
Revert.
Revert is
Revert
the
also.
one, yes, revert is the one which we use in our daily use cases. We use revert, which you can use on regular practice. But reset is very rarely used. Like if you are very sure, okay, you don't need changes which you have done from past 1 week. You don't want them, as well as you don't want to put them in the log history, then you may go for reset. Very powerful and destructive command. It should be used very carefully.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is the thing. Yeah, this is reset hard, but there are also different types of resets, like reset soft, reset mixed. You don't need to learn all of them, but when people are using it, there will be a lot of confusion over it. These are all advanced concepts, different types of resets. There will be a lot of confusion over it. Even though you don't need it, I would like to show other types of resets also. Maybe in case if you are going through, this kind of explanation will help you understand the difference very easily. Okay, so just let me walk you through that. If anyone interested can do hands-on. With this chart, reset concept will be very clear. Okay, let's say hard reset is what we were looking into. There is something like mixed reset and soft reset. Okay, and this is the difference with respect to working directory, staging area, local repository. If you do hard reset, okay, your changes are gone from everywhere. You can't get them back because they are deleted from completely from all the layers. Whereas when you do mixed reset, it's gone from local repository. Okay, but it is still present in the staging area. It is present here. So if some changes are in staging area, can you get them back or how do you get them back? What is the command we should use to get them back to local repo?
Commit.
That's all. You commit, you get your changes back. That's a mixed reset. And if you do soft reset, changes are gone from here. Here, your changes are present in here. And if changes are present in here, how to get them back to local?
Git add.
Add,
What you should do?
git add,
Add and then
git commit.
Commit.
so there are chances that you can get the changes back during mixed and soft reset. But hard reset is the destructive one. Okay, command is same. Instead of hard, you have to put mixed or soft. You can try out this or just have some understanding. That is also fine. Okay, this chart will help you. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of confusion if you read the theory available on the official documentation pages. But this will help you ease the things for you. Any questions from anyone?
No.
Okay, and that's about the reset. 1 second. Actually, 1 second. There is a correction. This is hard reset like we discussed. This is soft reset. Okay, and this is mixed reset. Mixed reset is where changes are there in working directory but gone both from staging area and local repository. Soft reset is where changes are gone from the local repository only. I have done this, added these two reverse, but yeah, this is the correct form.
So is that soft and mixed are also like a command lines? We use them as commands?
Yeah, instead
Like
of hard,
git.
you have
Oh,
to put soft or mixed.
okay.
Command is same, you have to put instead of hard, soft or mixed. Any questions from anyone? So see, Git is very simple, but initially for the beginners, it might be tricky, it might be a bit confusing. Learning with the clarity is very important. Okay, if you learn it with clarity, it's very easy to use. You should know the concepts, then it is easy. If you don't know the concept and if you blindly use commands in the routine way, in a formatted way, like because people work on Git without knowing the actual concepts or the subject. So if that is the how you are using, definitely it would be tricky and very difficult. But if you learn with clarity, like whatever we were discussing, if you are able to understand this, you can learn Git very easily. You feel Git as an easy tool. I believe you are all good and following, right, with the concepts.
Yes, but I need to like learn the commands too, right? So that we know how to use them and
Definitely, you have to learn the commands. Hands-on is mandatory. Just listening will not work. You listen here, you understand. That will not
okay.
work, right? You
Yeah,
have
true.
to do hands-on from your end. That's what I'm about to say. Hands-on is mandatory. You will
Okay.
understand the concept clear. You are getting the subject, but you have to execute the commands from your end. Right? That makes the difference. Just listening will never work. Remember this. DevOps is completely hands-on. But it may be Git or anything, particularly Git. Definitely it would be tricky if you just listen. It will not work. You have to understand here and go with the hands-on before you come to the next class. And there is a question from Pradeep. In our company, we are hearing GitHub Action. Can you help understand SVN, Git and GitHub Action, the differences? And you are extremely wonderful in teaching. Thank you, Pradeep, for the comment. And coming to the differences, yesterday I already mentioned SVN is another version control system like Git. Like we were using Git today, SVN is also another version control system which follows centralized architecture. Okay, you don't need to learn all the version control systems. Again, I'm repeating, you master one tool under each category. Master Git because it's very widely used. It follows distributed architecture, which is very much required in the market today. So you learn Git perfectly. You don't need SVN. Then coming to GitHub Action. GitHub Action is again completely different. It is for CI continuous integration workflows like Jenkins. The name may look GitHub Action, but it doesn't mean it's a Git or GitHub. It's it provides you with this continuous integration workflow. It's similar to Jenkins. Again, we were learning Jenkins in the category, so you don't need to learn GitHub mandatorily. If you know and understand Jenkins, you can again self-explore GitHub Actions. Jenkins is very widely used in the CI space than any other tool. So if you master it, you can explore or jump into any other tools, any other similar tools in the category. Please keep muted. Please keep muted. Lot of echo coming from your end. It would be difficult for you when you watch the recordings to prepare to do hands-on. Background noise will frustrate you. That's the reason I'm saying keep muted. If you have question, unmute and speak. But don't just leave it unmuted. We get all the background recorded. Okay. So we are not yet done. Okay. I want to explain few more things. So just follow here. So today we have discussed about Git diff, Git RM, correct? Git RM cache. Stop me if I am adding something which I did not teach. Okay. Git RM cache, and you can help me adding this. Git
Git
ignore
ignore,
and then
Git
revert,
revert,
yeah,
Git
and
reset,
then Git reset, hard.
soft,
Yeah, we
mixed.
have discussed about soft and mixed. These last two are optional. If you want to try out, you can, otherwise you may ignore it. But these are the things we have discussed with the scenarios, use cases relevant to it, right? So this is how you should learn, right? I'm expecting you today also. You have to go to, like I said, we are not yet done. Okay, I'm going to pick up next topic. So please wait. I just want to show you few things before we go on. Here, I already have shown you yesterday, but until you pick up the process, let me just give a quick recap. You have to go to the quiz portal after the session, go to quiz, pick up this day 2 quiz. Okay, this is mandatory. After watching the recording also, if you want, you can take up. Or else if you are quite comfortable, you can take immediately after the session. And after this, you have to go for the lab material. And you have here lab practice Git, right? All these you have to do practice. See, every command is explained here. Do the hands-on from here. And once you are also done with it, you have to do exactly whatever we have done today and then this lab material. And then the interview questions. Every day, these things should be covered parallelly. So that by the time we complete this topic, you should master Git. Okay, because we are going with a structured process. If you follow this, you'll be ready for job by the end of the course. So follow these things mindedly. And any help you need, you also have this drive. Okay. In this drive, you have separate folder for each Git. Here you have the hands-on commands, whatever we are using in the class, installation steps. Okay, the presentation we used, everything here. Okay, utilize all these resources and complete your hands-on before you come for the next class.
So we'll get this drive access once we registered after
Yeah.
paying the fee and everything.
Yeah, yes, you'll get all these access, the quiz portal access, everything, the complete access once you are registered. You will
Okay.
also be moved to the separate WhatsApp group for hands-on, so that you can post your queries, everything in a private WhatsApp group, other than the group which you are in as of now.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
Right? So this is it. And now let me talk about few more things. See, whenever we do Git status, we were seeing some message like untracked or unstaged, please commit. Until now, we didn't look into this part, right? It was showing something like on branch master. What is meant by branch? Branch is a very important feature in Git, and it has got a very good branching strategies that is making it so famous. Git has got a good branching feature, like branches help a lot in the real time. This is very important, and because of this branching feature, it was so widely used. It made Git so popular or famous. So how much it is helpful? Why do we need it? What is a branch? All of that we have to look into. Whenever you create a local repository, okay, by default, you will be on something called master branch. Till now, whatever changes we have made, whatever commits we have made, right? We have made some bunch of commits. Of course, I have cleared them, but yeah, you still have few commits, the commit history. Whatever commits you made, whatever files you made, whatever changes you are doing till now are said to be on the master branch. Master branch is called the default branch or the main branch, right? Whenever you create a repository, yes, master branch will be created. All your changes will be into master branch. Okay, how to understand this branching concept? Let me make the thing simple for you. Just understand, imagine branch is like a folder, okay, a virtual folder or a directory. And whatever changes you made till now, like file 1, file 2, all of them are set to be on master branch. Okay, let's suppose I have client requirement, functional requirement 1. I'm working on this files. Client came with new requirement. Also, this requirement also need to modify these same files only. So, okay, I'll modify this also. But let's suppose this one should be moved to remote repository, shared with others. It should be released on May. This is for, let's say, July. Okay, but I have kept everything in the same folder. Is it possible to push them separately or release them separately because everything in the same folder? If I keep on placing all the changes in the same folder, after a month, I may not be able to identify which changes are for which requirement. Am I correct? Am I making sense? Maybe to make it more simple, let me say, okay, for requirement 3, on both the files, line 3 should be modified. For you to easily understand, I'm showing this, line 3 may be modified. Maybe for requirement 2, line 5, 6 on these files should be modified. Is this possible to keep everything in the same file, but is it possible for you to differentiate them?
I don't think so. No.
Right, it doesn't work in reality because I said line 3, it wouldn't be a single line, right? There would be a lot of changes which requirement 1 need, requirement 2 may need some other different changes. If you keep everything in the same folder and if you want to publish them or release them separately, it doesn't work, right? It causes a lot of confusion, lot of mess would happen. So what we suggest, rather than placing all the changes in the same branch, you create a branch from master. Branch from master means, imagine I told you it's like a folder, right? You create a copy of it. Whenever, and name it like, okay, this is for developing a new feature called functional requirement 2. Some name to this branch, FR2 or something like this. Okay, now when you create a branch, you get everything a copy. Only when you create a branch. Later on, they work like two parallel entities. Means instead of placing requirement 2 here, okay, you would place requirement 2 here. All the changes for requirement 2 here. All the changes for requirement 1, it may be released for May. This is like another folder, completely different folder. It's a copy, but later on, it's like a different folder. Means whatever changes you make in this feature branch will not be available or seen on master branch and vice versa. They work like two parallel entities. Means you are allowing parallel development, right? Parallel development, or it could be for different release, or it could be, let's say, developer 1 is working on this branch. Developer 2 don't want to mess up, he will create a separate branch on it. Means it could be for different developers, or it could be for different releases, right? Or maintain different versions this way. That's where the concept of branching comes in. To make it more simple in layman terms, let me show you. Okay, suppose I have some folder like this. Okay, I'm making some changes here. I don't want to mess up this, but I just want to try out something here. So what I can do, I can just right, a copy is made. So now tell me, if I made some changes in this original one, will it impact this one?
No.
Same is the case here. And vice versa. If I make any changes here in demo 2, will it affect demo 1?
No.
Same is the case. Right? Imagine, okay, I'm writing a story in this demo. I got a different climaxes. I am getting like, I have an idea of put 2 different endings to it. Rather than messing up it, I'll create another copy, put one climax to this and a different one here. So I have 2 versions of the same story. Correct? I may share both of them to the publisher or editor, whoever, whichever story they want, they may publish it. Or else if they like both the stories, they may also. Means it's like maintaining versions as well, right?
Yes.
Same is the case here. Maybe FR1, functional requirement 1 here, or else it might be some version of it. This is another version of it. So that is the concept of branching. Are we good?
Yes.
So that's just to.
But both will act as a main branch, right? So if you copy and
No,
do.
this is master branch. You will create another branch from master. Some other branch.
Okay.
Only one master branch. You are creating copy from it and you have some other branch like B1 or feature branch or whatever. In reality, you will have a separate branch for environments. You might have heard about lower environment to prod, right? Like dev environment, staging environment, test environment, prod and pre-prod and prod. So you may have a separate branch for dev, staging or dev UAT and then for prod.
Okay.
You have separate pipelines for each environment created on each branch. We will learn them, okay? So,
Okay.
meaning you have one branch in development environment, one branch or one separate pipeline for release or staging environment, and the one for prod. Okay, but first what they'll do, code changes are made in develop branch. It would be built, tested, deployed in dev environment. If it is doing good, the code changes will be pushed to next branch like staging branch. Then it will build, test, again deploy into staging environment. If it is working fine, then that code might be pushed to prod and so on. Okay, master branch is the main branch, default branch. It's a dedicated branch. Like it is generally used for prod deployments. We never mess up master actually. You should take a separate branch and work on other branches. We will learn all these things, okay? Just understand the concept of branch first. And Another important thing is branches could be for permanent purpose or temporary also. Like I told you, right? You may use branch for draft. You don't want to mess up the original one. You may use it like a draft and make changes, right? Or else branch could be permanent also. That use case is different. Like you want to maintain one for dev, release, and prod. You may maintain the permanent branches. So if it is temporary branch, you can delete that as well. I'll show you how to delete and all we will learn. I'm just giving you theoretical part now. We will start with the hands-on in the next class.
Yeah.
Right? So, but master branch should never be deleted. That's a main branch, default branch, mandatory branch. You can't delete it. Other branches, yes. You can delete it or maintain it for permanent purpose depending on the use case, whether you will delete it or keep it. But master branch, no option. You can't delete it. Master branch will be a stable branch which no one can edit, and it will be dedicated for production environment kind of. How and all we'll learn, okay? Again, we'll deep dive into branching, then we will look into it.
Okay.
So that's about what is a branch. Now, okay, fine, I have only master branch. How to create a different branch, right? Like, let's say I want to use a branch like a draft. How to merge them back to the original branch? How to merge without conflicts, with conflicts, what are conflicts? Many other interesting things coming up. So until then, do the complete hands-on and get ready for the next interesting session. And another thing I want to show you, as a DevOps engineer or anyone in IT, okay, these days should also have an idea of how to use ChatGPT for anything you need. Right? Even after every topic, we'll also discuss how ChatGPT can help you. Unlike before, you need not rely entirely on the command. Some of you are asking, we should remember the commands, correct? Some of you asked in the
Yeah.
beginning. You have ChatGPT for everything, but through the hands-on, through the practice, through experience, as you keep using it, you get used to the commands. But still, if you need any help, now we have ChatGPT as well. Let's suppose I want to create a branch. Okay, let's say I don't know anything. How to create a branch from master. You can search it, but still you have very elaborative explained commands available through ChatGPT. Do you see that? Git checkout -b, what it means, everything. That's the advantage here. It's not just giving you the command, explaining each piece of it, right? See, this creates a new branch with the name, new branch name, parent branch name, and switches you. It will also take you to that branch. -b flag will help you switch it. Anyway, we will learn them, but I'm just telling you how you can use ChatGPT. And what is this master? This specifies the new branch will be based on master branch. If you want to base the new branch on a different branch, replace it with master. This is the base branch or parent branch. I want to create from master. If you want to create from some other branch, in future, you may have so many branches. So replace it with master. It's giving you the complete clue. Right? That's how you can use ChatGPT for anything, for Docker, for Kubernetes. As we progress and get into advanced concepts, this is how you can use. Okay. Or else log history from last 5 days only. I have shown you how to explore it, right? Yeah, using help command, you can explore, but still if you want to get a precise command, log history from last 5 days. Do you see that? Simple. You may explore and do it, or else you can also utilize. It is like an assistant for you. If you doesn't know at all git log command, it doesn't make any sense, right? It will work like an assistant for you, so that you can speed up the things. You can like show more productivity using this. You understand it better and you expert the subject very quickly. So using this course and with the well-defined structure and having usage of this chat GPT will help you explore or switch your careers very quickly. This is like your assistant. Like we said, we will have a WhatsApp support, right? Beyond that, you can also utilize this for your learning. To view the commit history from last 5 days, you can use the command git log since. I have shown you these flags, right? Exact usage if you want, you can 5 days ago. This command will display all commits made within last 5 days. If you want to specify a different time frame or a format, the output differently, git log command various options. This is it is also suggesting you various options to customize the output. Let me try
Like it,
this.
like help.
Yes,
Okay.
I have shown you, right? Let me show you
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
What ChatGPT is showing. Git log help. Okay, it helps you customize your output. You just use put so many options are there. Again, you have to search them and do it. But ChatGPT will give you precise thing, right? So it has given me this. Oh, last 5 days. Let's say I just want to check only since 1 day. Oh yeah, we deleted everything, right? So 1 day nothing. Because I have reset, only 2 commits
Yes.
are there, which I did on May 6th. Today, what is the date? 7th. So yeah, 1 day ago, nothing is there. So you can utilize ChatGPT that way. Every tool I'll show you with reference to ChatGPT, how you can use, how you can extend your learning. But without learning anything, blindly use ChatGPT will not help you. If you already know, if you're a DevOps engineer, it is like an assistant for you. So any questions from anyone? So I think, yeah, this is enough for today. And any questions, we can go ahead. We have some time, but if you don't have any questions, we'll close here. We'll continue tomorrow from the concept of branching. So be prepared and get ready by completing all your hands-on till today. Tomorrow onwards, yes, we'll be diving into more in advanced concepts in depth. So be prepared for it. Any more queries, anything else from your end? All right then. Okay, feel free to reach us on WhatsApp for any queries or access related things. Okay, you can contact the number given in the website and see you all tomorrow. Good day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Preethi. Thank you, everyone.